Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday. Well, it's kind of interesting yesterday as the political BS continues and we wind up catching all the fallout. If you caught the press briefing where Peter Ducey, if you know him, he's the Fox reporter, about the only one that'll hold this administration's feet to the fire, he asked the idiot press secretary we have if Joe Biden was going to take responsibility for gas hikes the way he took the credit for gas dropping. Now, I mean, I got a kick out of it because, gas was $2.25 when he took office, and then it was up over $5 in the first year or so of his presidency. Oh, it's Putin's war. Gas prices come down. Look how great I am. Gas prices going back up. Crickets. Okay, this is it. I really give a shit whose fault it is. Okay, I mean, I do, but it doesn't matter to me when I'm putting gas in the car. I talked about this briefly yesterday on the live stream. We can expect gas prices to go up somewhere between 10 to 15% here in the next couple of months, easily. Why? OPEC and OPEC Plus, which includes Russia, are poised to reduce output, how much oil they're going to pump out of the ground, by 1 to 2 million barrels a day. That will drive the price up. OPEC wants the price of oil to be between 90 and $100 a barrel to maintain their economy. Okay? If you honestly think that any of the countries in the Middle East give a crap about the United States economy, you're sadly mistaken, okay? They're going to do what's best for them. And I don't blame them, okay? It's the same thing here. We should be doing what's best for us. But so what that means to us is gas prices go up. I said yesterday, gas prices here are somewhere between $3.10 and $3.20 a gallon. All right, so for us, that means I should probably expect to see somewhere, $3.40, somewhere between let's say $3.50 and $3.75. But if you're out on the West Coast, California, Nevada, Arizona, you're already paying damn near $6, if not more. Okay. What happens when the gas is $7 plus? I mean, you start thinking about that. California was one of the first states to mandate the $15 minimum wage, right? Mind you, that's before taxes. Right? At $7 a gallon of gas, it takes somebody who's making minimum wage half of their pay to put a gallon of gas in the car. Gee, honey, I need 2 gallons of gas. I've got to get an extra hour's worth of work in. 2 gallons of gas. How far can you get on 2 gallons of gas? I don't care if you drive a little freaking smart car. If you're out here, 2 gallons of gas in a smart car will get me back and forth to the store. That's it. All right. And out here, where I live, $30,000 is the median income for my county. That's $15 an hour, guys. Okay. This is what we're looking at. Going into winter, I mean, Germany's already said it. They plan on running out of gas this winter. England came out and said it yesterday. Plan on running out of gas this winter. Great, we've got the new pipelines coming from, Norway or Sweden, somewhere Scandinavian country, coming in to offset what they're losing from Russia. That's great. Is it going to be enough? That remains to be seen. A lot of what we here in North America, Canada, United States, there's probably a few people here who watch from Mexico, but I'm not thinking you're too worried about heating the house. A lot of us rely on some sort of petroleum product for warmth, certainly for transportation, and believe it or not, electricity, okay, somehow, some way. And we're not even getting into the part on nitrogen fertilizers, okay? That's different animal, natural gas versus crude oil, et cetera, et cetera. But what happens when gas prices go back up? Because food prices haven't come down. People have got a little bit of relief from the strangling bills they have under Bidenomics, because gas prices came down a little bit. Hey, instead of putting $140 to fill my tank, now I only have to pay $120 to fill my tank. Great, there's $20 I can use for groceries. What happens when it's now, okay, we're back to $140 for a tank of gas, talking my truck, okay, and I've still got to pay these insane amounts for groceries. I don't know how people are going to survive. And again, this is a snowball effect, guys. This is what I was saying with the frustrations. People are going to finally say they've had it. They can't afford gas to go to work, so they don't go to work. They can't afford food because they're not working. They can't pay their rent. What are we going to have? A rent moratorium? The whole country on food stamps? Is that the idea? I mean, even think about this. Even if the whole country's on food stamps, if you can't put gas in the car, you can't get to the store to go get your food. This is what this idiot is doing to us. And people, or in the rest of the world, seem to be standing up. You know, Americans and Canadians, not so much. All right. You know, we just kind of deal with it. Why? Because the pain ain't bad enough yet. There aren't enough people going, I can't eat. We're still ringing it up on the credit card, which most countries, not most, but a lot of countries don't have the ability to do. Just like for the government, eventually it comes time to pay the piper. That credit card bill is eventually due. You know, somebody asked me yesterday, not for food or gas, but about taking out a home equity loan. And I about lost it. I'm like, are you nuts? There's no way in the world you want to be borrowing money into this. The whole system is about to collapse, guys. And I know everybody's saying, oh, you're fear-mongering. No, this is reality. You look at Credit Suisse, you look at Deutsche Bank, you look at the Bank of England, you look at the stock market, even notwithstanding the last 2 days, which have been a massive short squeeze. That's what's been going on there. Okay. But you start looking at this and going, if we don't have the basics in life, if we can't afford food, if we can't afford heat, okay, eventually that comes to the point where we can't afford shelter. That's when wars start, people. That's when overthrows of government start. Look at these protests you have in, say, Iran and stuff, protesting the government, trying to oust the government because the people are economically trashed. That's coming here. You don't want to be in that picketing crowd because you see how in some of these countries they handle it. It's the military standing there shooting people. I wouldn't put it past Biden to find some of his minions in the National Guard or whatever to do the same thing. Don't believe me? Remember a year or so ago when you had all those National Guard troops surrounding the White House and they were sending the Trump-supporting National Guard troops home? They only wanted to keep the liberal National Guard troops. Remember that? That's what's coming, guys. When we finally hit that straw that broke the camel's back, it's going to be a violent end. I know Bill Gates said this is going to be a hung jury on the election. Okay, you're an idiot. We know that. Okay, you can't have I mean, are you going to tell me that every race in the country is going to be a tie? Okay, not going to happen. But I've said many times, regardless of what happens, you're going to have violence. Because if the Republicans win, we know the Democrats' perpetuation for violence. I mean, that's all they know. I mean, they know two things: violence and the word racism. If the Democrats win, the conservatives are going to scream, cheat, 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 cheat. That's it, okay? This is where we're heading. Just plan accordingly. Make sure you are well prepared. Rotate your gas now. It's before prices go up, get some more gas, okay? Use the stuff that's been in the cans for 6 months, put it in the car, fill up the cans, get your fresh gas. Don't forget to do it. It's like changing batteries in your smoke detectors. Okay, this is the time to do it. Get that taken care of. Get any sort of, if you have the ability, if you get stuff that runs on propane, get more propane tanks, whether they're 1 pound canisters for your little buddy heaters, whether they're the barbecue grill size ones, whether you got the huge ones, whatever you do. Get it while you can, unless you've already got a boatload of it. So, because it ain't getting any better. Thanks, Joe. Pinball out.